Do you think a Call of Duty could have lasted if it stayed the only Call of Duty? Like, what COD do you think is the COD that could have lasted the longest if it was a multiple year cycle?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Because I'm just leaning towards my favorites, but that doesn't necessarily mean that like those would be the pinnacle of COD.
Yeah. I mean, kind of. You can say it. Because I don't know. Are you thinking Modern Warfare 2?
I am thinking Modern Warfare 2.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Because Modern Warfare 2 had that much longevity, and the developers quit halfway through the cycle.
Yeah.
So like if they had not quit and they kept updating the game and gave us new maps and guns, and I think that's the peak of COD. I really do.
I think so too. A lot of people say Black Ops 2, and like I understand why people would say that, but for me, Modern Warfare 2, 2009, it's gonna be so hard to beat. I played that COD for 7 years after its release. Yeah. No DLC, nothing. Sniping.
Jeez. Oh yeah. Let's talk about sniping.
I do like to snipe.
So obviously influenced by Midnight, who was an OG in Optic and the sniping team. She was the leader of the women's sniping team for Optic. So you just hit the ground running sniping?
I did. I saw what she was doing. I said, she tells stories of her sniping gameplay. She does sniping montages. I want to do that.
That's true. Yeah. And have you made montages?
That is one thing I never got into. I just enjoyed telling stories of her gameplay and just talking more so than actually like showcasing.
You just snipe.
And I just snipe. That's it.
So growing up, were you ever a Faze fan?
I would say yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was a Faze fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why it took me a second to like realize that. It was more so like if I had to pick, because I think Faze was a lot of trick shotting at the time, and I thought trick shotting was cool, and I liked it a lot. I definitely started watching Faze more when they started picking up like creators who were hitting quads and 5-ons and like hitting stuff like that for sniping montages. I thought that was really cool. For me, I think the funnest gameplay for me to watch sniping wise is flawless free for alls sniping.
Yes.
I think those are so freaking impressive and so cool. I think they're cooler than like any montage I've seen. No offense to any montage makers, but like,
no, I agree with you.
I think it's just so like.
I used to feel that way. Pomage used to make these videos called My Favorite Reactions, and they were just raw clips of him hitting clips and the voice chat, and the voice chat just freaking out.
That's fun.
And it's so good because it's not edited or anything. It's just him being amazing.
Yep.
And his friends freaking out. And those are like those were the best.
Yeah.
Those were the best.
So genuine.
So being a kind of Faze fan, we'll say kind of. I know the story, but I want you to explain it of how you ended up on Atlanta Faze.
So.
And then we'll go back. I skipped college, but we'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. Don't let me forget.
Sure. So Atlanta Faze, for those who don't know, I'm based in Atlanta. Been there for most of my life, and there was an Overwatch team that was in Atlanta called Atlanta Reign, and I got invited out randomly in my email. I checked my email, and I got invited out to the Atlanta homestand. They said, "Hey, you like FPS? Come on out." I said, "Well, yeah, I guess I'll do that.
Yeah.
Sure." And I'm not like a big Overwatch person. I've never played Overwatch a day in my life. But to go to an event, to go to a place where the crowd is full and chanting ATL, ATL. I was so locked in, and I was just, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And I wanted to be involved so bad, so bad. Then afterwards, I met the owner, who's Paul. Shout out Paul. He's amazing.
Right.
And we all ended up getting dinner afterwards. He said, "All right, look, so we're doing this for COD." And I said, "Well, where do I sign?"
Sign me up.
Please.
Yeah.
And then I was a part of Atlanta Faze for 3 years.
Was the deciding factor or what intrigued you the most, was it the Faze part or was it the Atlanta part?
Atlanta. I signed on before I knew Faze was even attached.
So so you signed on. Yeah, I did know that. So you signed on, you knew an Atlanta team was coming to Call of Duty, and then it turned out to be Faze. What was it like getting that news?
I was like, well, this is gonna be big.
Yeah.
Like this is cool. And it's not one of those things where like it announced Faze, I was like, yo, this is really cool. I was like, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, we're doing that. That's cool.
That's super. And then I mean immediately Faze has like the craziest team. Because that was first year, right? Yeah. First year, second place at champs. The next year, first place at champs. You know, like it just goes on a crazy run.
Yep.
And I can't imagine there was that many ATL chants in Call of Duty. It was probably mostly Faze chants.
It was mostly easy AF, which you know, as you do, and also a lot of booing.
That's
I think
Celium's fault.
I think Atlanta Faze.
It's not Celium's fault.
I think Atlanta Faze as a whole kind of is what's the best way to put this? Kind of the rival team of the CDL. It's kind of
I mean, they're amazing.
Yeah, they're so good,
yeah.
And I think they like to poke the bear a little bit. I think they like to razz people a little bit, and they do a really good job of that. I think they do a really good job of playing the quote bad guy.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So was it good, or did you like Atlanta being the bad guy, or would you have rather it have been a good guy?
I actually really enjoyed it.
Did you?
I think it's fun. I think any reason to stir the pot and get COD esports more out there, like people hearing about Atlanta Faze and Optic and everybody like headbutting and rivalries like that, it just builds COD esports as a whole. So like for me, it was cool. It was cool being on the side of like, I don't say not polite because they were polite. It's just fun to be on the side of more chaos. There we go.
More chaos.
Yeah.
Okay. And how was the experience at Atlanta Faze?
It was awesome. They kind of just let me do my own thing. I came in, I hung out with the players a little bit.
Okay.
And just represented the team. They left me to do kind of my own thing, which I really, really enjoyed. But I also, when I showed up, they're like, hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do this? And it was very, it never truly felt like work. It was more so like I'm so excited that this just so happens to be work because I really want to do this.
Yeah. It does suck that there was never an Atlanta event.
There was.
What? Mm-hmm. When?
This was Modern Warfare 2019. There was a 2v2 tournament. I played with montage.
Oh, what the hell?
Yep.
It was a full event?
Yep.
Who won that?
I don't remember off the top of my head. It might have been Atlanta Faze.
It might have been.
I'm so spoiled with Atlanta Faze because it's like, who won that?
You guys did win a lot of them.
It's true.
Okay. Yeah. Well, shit. How was that?
It was so cool.
Yeah.
It was so
must
cool.
not have been there. Where the hell was I?
I don't think you were. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah. It was there. It was fun. It was I got to be on the autograph table for, obviously it was an Atlanta event.
Yeah.
It was one of those things where it was the first time being on a table and people would come up, bring up posters, sign, and then pass it on, bring it to the pros and stuff. And it was just really fun. Different experience.
Yeah.
Very fun.
How often do you get recognized?
Not that often.
Really?
Yeah, which I'm very okay with.
You're like, damn it.
No.
Say something to me.
Please know who I am right now. No, I like to kind of do my own thing. And so it kind of works out.
Yeah.
And I run in circles that I would say not a lot of gamers do. Like, I don't know. The circles that I run in are pretty much my house. So, like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. I'm just running in circles in my house.
I'm running in circles in my house.